start really quickly. So here's the behind the scenes of what we have going on, and I'm just going to flip the camera. So bear with me. I haven't done enough of these. You could pause a live video. That's kind of cool. All right. I definitely know there's a way to do this. I think it's up here. Nope. Still not used to going live on this, but we'll get there. It's because I didn't get to go live enough, and they gave me problems. Let's see. I can hear my own voice. I don't know if I need to do that. They have a live intro. That's kind of cool. But we're not going to do that, don't worry. Pretty sure that stops it, that watches it. I don't know why they just don't have it where it normally is. So we're going to be talking about the awards tonight. And we're going to show off some stuff. And there we go, flip camera. It's in the enhanced section for those watching. And there we are. So this is in the awards studio right now. So the awards, for those wondering, it's going to be going on the Facebook group because TikTok hasn't made groups yet. Maybe if they make groups by next year, we'll actually do that. But for now, it's going to take place here. And this is a program called StreamYard you're looking at. And I'm going to show you some of the stuff we have going on. We have 2 members joining the Hall of Creators. It's the Independent Creator Comics Awards version of the Hall of Fame. And I'm not going to show you who yet. You got to tune in tomorrow, but I'm going to show you some of the subjects that we're going to be covering tomorrow. We're going to have Comics Printer. That's the printer of the year, but they're not just of the year. They're constantly going. So some of these will say of the year, some of them won't. You'll see the best Comic Con display of 21, and notice 21's at the bottom of the ribbon. Let's see, we got best indie character brought to life. I happen to be part of that. That's actually me and Jax right there. Me doing Santa, and I thought that was a cool moment. What else we got going on? We have the colorist of the year. And you guys got a little spoiler there. And I'm going to explain that one in a minute. This is the best new series. We have the character design. It's going to be an award. Crowdfunding video. We got the Indie Publisher of the Year. And I'll even explain what indie is for those who don't know. And I'll go up to here to actually do it. So here, let me indie. So indie comics to me have become this like group of people who expect everyone to just help them. And I didn't like that. And I thought it was the extra I there. And indie was never about comics. So I decided to make something to represent just comics. So I made up indie. Sounds the same, but it has 2 E's and every letter stands for something. So independent, next gen, diverse, endless entertainment. So that's part of the awards and the celebration of it. And it's all going to go on 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. We're going to talk about Continuum Comics. It's the brand's up for a few awards through the comics and the publisher itself. We're going to have the Crowdfunder of the Year, which is one of the bigger awards. The One Shot of the Year. We're going to have the Sequential Layout of the Year. We're going to have the Splash Page of the Year. We're going to have the Creative Moment. We're going to have the Cover of the Year. These are all the covers going up for awards. And, of course, the awards are brought to you by comicbookadvocates.com, where the love of comics comes first. We're even going to show off a TikTok, believe it or not, in the middle of the show that talks about what Comic Book Advocates is about. So that's pretty exciting. The other awards up this year is going to be Artist of the Year. We're going to have Writer of the Year. And that's the big ending one. And then we're going to talk about the Hall of Creators towards the end of it. We have one more person coming in. And then we'll announce when the Fandom Bubble Awards is. Now, the Fandom Bubble's unlike the Independent Creator Awards. So here's the big difference between the two. The Independent Creator Awards are done by a jury. So we give out the ability for everyone to join the top 3 make it into the final round, and then we have a wild card entry, which I can use or someone else can bring to me and say, I really think this person deserves it. So we used that the first year. The second year, because we were in the middle or started the whole pandemic thing, that was it. We let it be all fans' choice, and because the awards are always 1 year behind what the actual year is. So the 2020 awards actually happened in 2021. Just like tomorrow at 9 p.m. over on the Facebook group, we're going to be having the Independent Creator Awards take place in 2022, even though we're celebrating all the things that came out of 2020 2021. It's confusing, but it makes sense. So we're celebrating all the creations of 2021. So, and we'll talk about that. So the Fandom Bubble Awards are going to be about the fandom. We're spinning off the Independent Creator Awards to have the Fans' Choice Awards, which is the Fandom Bubble. The fans have spoken. So every person's going to get an actual placard, and that placard itself is meant to be printable. It's actually the size of the average printer paper. So we already did that. Now I'm going to go over some of the things that you guys have been asking, and we're going to go over that, and then this video will wind up on YouTube and Facebook more than likely, in the actual group if it'll let me upload it. So here we go. These are the things I've been asking. How do we keep it honest? I have an auditor. Every year we did this. The first thing I was worried about was someone saying, well, you're just picking your friends, because I know a lot of people in comics. So I decided to pick someone to be the auditor. They were the auditor for the first 2 years. I don't name the auditor because I don't want anyone trying to influence anyone or having anyone put pressure on someone. So the auditor for the first 2 years, and I thank them for their service, decided that they didn't want to do it for a third year. This takes a lot of effort. For 6 months, I've been bothering this year's auditor, asking them tons of questions randomly, asking for meetings, making sure this could be as fair as it was, and I ran everything I wanted to do through the audience and then through the auditor. So we do have a back and forth in the group. I let everyone vote, so it's your awards. You guys get to choose how these awards are going to be run. And the design of the show was chosen by those who are part of it, meaning that you guys are voting. You guys have created what this has become. And I just do the heavy lifting in the backgrounds. And I do want to say that if someone enters this year, so we had a problem for the first 2 years. We would turn off awards if one person entered, no one else entered, we wouldn't give them awards. So we actually brought it to the fans, to all of you. We said, what do you want us to do in this situation? We put up this award, and we put up the awards starting in November, and I'll talk about the future of the awards because we are going to do another year. We'll go into our 4th year. But here's the deal. So I actually asked, what do you guys want me to do if no one else enters? And everyone said, give the person who entered the award. They're going to be running as if they have no competition. And we do have that a couple this year. Like that colors thing that you guys saw who were tuned in at that point, that's a spoiler because they won the award unopposed. And that's going to continue to happen. Because if someone puts in the effort, why shouldn't they get rewarded for it? And as a matter of fact, I should probably show you the awards on... because I know some of you have just been on the TikTok app here. So I'm going to show it to you right now. I'm going to flip the camera so you guys know what we're talking about quickly on Facebook. Don't worry, we won't stay long. I promise to bring you back quickly. So, oops, don't be looking at that. That's messages from people. I hate bringing up Facebook. The minute it pops up all your messenger. All right, so here we go. This is Facebook. Votes have been certified. By the way, that's true. Votes have been certified now, and we are a go for Thursday at 9 p.m. And we are proud to announce this year's co-host is going to be Dee Alley of the ICAs. You're going to meet her and know more about her tomorrow. There's some of the Q&A, which 42 people reached. We didn't get any questions here, though. And then the anthologies, and then how you vote. So all of that plays into it. So we're going to flip the camera again. Hi, everybody. So that's how that works. So we asked everyone. We do not charge to be part of the awards. There is no fee. The one thing we were debating, and we might still do, is to ask a few of the creators when we have to read it, like awards like Writer of the Year, when we have to read something, we might ask them to donate us one book. Why one book? Because we want to give it to the fans watching. We want to have to do something fun. Maybe have a giveaway. Maybe have a quiz, a trivia contest after. See who knows what. And award things. That was the only reason we ever asked for anything, and we weren't asking for money, and we will not ask for money from anyone. We always seek feedback. Feedback is so important from you guys. We want to hear how we can make this more important, bigger, more enjoyable for all of you. That's why we're doing this. This year we implemented Google Polls to actually do the jury voting. So again, what do I mean by jury voting? So I go out and I get a pool. This year I believed I had a pool of 25 people. And the reason I get so many people is that things happen. Out of 25 people who said yes, we wound up only having 15 who said that they would show up. I went out and actually got one extra person who never signed up for it as a favor because we ran into ties. So there are some of the awards. Now, no one was forced to vote in all the awards. They're allowed to participate how they want, but we used Google Polls to actually keep better track of everything we were doing. And then this Monday is going to be the Fandom Bubble Awards, which will be co-hosted by Chris. I will be there, and that one's going to be a lot more or less formal. Tomorrow night's the more formal one. That's why the Hall of Creators, which is our Hall of Fame, is in there. The amount of the industry gives into the awards, the more it will grow, meaning the more we get people putting in, and the wider reach. We're going to be using TikTok a lot more next year. We'll probably try to do some stuff with Instagram, really get a bigger pool if we can. Let's see. I hope to pass the awards on to other showrunners, so I'll always stay in the background, but it would be nice to see someone else run it by the 5th or 6th year, someone else take it over. I probably would stay for the 5th year and pass the reins past the 6th year. So this is not about me. This has always been about the community and the growth, and I really, really hope that everyone joins me in celebrating it. Let's see. We do... All right, so someone asked me, do we kick anyone out for behavior? And here's the truth. If you have me or anyone else who's the auditor blocked, you can't participate. That has a lot more to being able to do, even seeing that you're there. I mean, if you're blocking us, we can't see when you're commenting. And I don't know why you'd even want to be part of something if you felt so strongly that you had to block us. So that was just a dumb moment because we can't see if you're entering. So how could we ever handle it? We do kick people out. This year we had to kick one person out. In the past, we've had several people get kicked out. Here's the reasons. We go by the PAIR standard. So what's this PAIR standard? We have this little image of a pear, and it's professional, ethical, authentic, respectful. In the past, we kicked people out because they were offering prizes to vote for them. That was not okay. We kicked someone out because they were trashing the competition online. And we want a positive thing, man. Talk about how good you did. Talk about how powerful the stuff you created is. That's fantastic. Love it. Show your passion. Get it out there. I love all that. But do not try to rip someone down so you can get an award. Because if I find out, you won't be getting anything. You'll be banned for 2 years if you do negative. And if you're a person who attacks people in general on social media to make yourself rise up, which we ran into this year, you're not going to be able to participate. I'm not giving out an award to someone who thinks that it's cool to rip other people down to somewhat get popular and to attack people and especially spread lies and rumors about them. And it wasn't even me that they had been attacking recently. It had been other people. Like, if it was just me, I have thick enough skin, I could probably take it. But it's the constantness of it. Because not everyone's going to like each other. I say it all the time. Not everyone's the same flavor. And not everyone likes all the flavors. So that's fine. That's the only reason we'll kick it out. So here's the future about the awards. So next year, starting in November, we will kick off like we normally do. We'll go straight into the Fandom Bubble Awards, which, of course, is for you guys, the fans, to actually do. So they are going, as a fan, you're going to be able to nominate, and we're going to do everything the same way, except this year, we're going to limit the amount of independent creator awards to 10 for this year, maybe 12. We're going to look really hard. We're going to talk about it during the summer, but there will only be 10 to 12 awards. This year, we're giving away to 20 in the independent creator awards. It's going to make it a very tight show. You don't want to do that in the future. So we are going to limit the amount of awards we are giving in the independent creator awards as opposed to the Fandom Bubble, because the Fandom Bubble has done so much in the light of day. In other words, it's very public. It's a lot easier. There's not a lot more steps behind it. So what'll wind up happening is we'll do the award show for the independent, for the Fandom Bubble Awards. Obviously, the top 3 in every category that is meant to be an ICA, because we are giving awards for both in there, will move on. And then from the time that we do it, and right now in my mind, I'm thinking around Valentine's Day. So around Valentine's Day will be the the Fandom Bubble Awards. As soon as that ends, the Independent Creator Awards behind the scenes will happen. Changing next year, we'll be reading stuff. So for Writer of the Year, for the jury, they'll be able to read whatever is submitted, and decide who the best is. Like I said, there's going to be less Independent Creator Award categories. For the Fandom Bubble, we'll have more. We're basically going to pick the top 10, maybe 12 categories to give it off. Like Writer of the Year, Cover of the Year, Artist of the Year. Those are all going to stay. Crowdfunding Video, Crowdfunder of the Year. Those are all going to stay. Those are all going to be categories people are excited about. But Architecture, I don't know. We might keep this sequential and the splash page. We'll do the Indie Creator Brought to Life. These are just all off the top of my head as the ones that seem to be more important. And there will be only Bubble Awards, obviously, because we're only doing 10. So, it'll end. This year it's a little bit in reverse, but next year it'll be that way. Now, one of the things we ran into this year is you could not vote after a certain point. I have no idea what Meta's doing. No clue. But to combat this, because that's what we try to do, is we're going to have a smaller window. We'll start in November. We'll end around Valentine's Day. And we're going to start late November, mind you. When is that? Let's find out. Echo, when is Thanksgiving this year?
Thanksgiving Day will be on Thursday, November 24th, 2022.
All right, so on the 24th, so you'll have December and then January. So it'll be about 2 months of like really heavy month voting and going with each other. Back and forth, and we'll try to give a new one to focus on one a week, and that'll probably be how we look at it. One new category every week until the week of the awards. That means that there'll be some awards that get 1 week to shine. Maybe we'll make it so every award gets 2 weeks, and then there are going to be categories that'll go on for longer. Obviously, the ones that'll go on longer, I think, will be the more important ones, because that'll give people time to do it, while the smaller, more niche ones we'll probably keep, like the architecture one and what was it? It's architect. We have one for architecture and we have one for panel layout, and I think those might just be combined into one. And finally, judges will have to review written words, as they always have and will always have it. But the cool thing about that is that those same judges will, if we get this, the future, these awards might actually wind up in a real-life Comic-Con happening, the Independent Creator Awards, which would mean we're actually going to have to record the Independent Creator Awards and then broadcast them at a later time. It'll have to be a canned thing, so I don't think we can broadcast for an hour from a convention, and there might be mic issues. So we'll probably try to get 2 or 3 cameras in the room recording all at once, and then we'll cut together a video and it'll come out a week later. We'll ask people to try not to spoil it, but you know how things are. If we're really lucky, we'll be able to get it out within the weekend, but that'll all depend on how much of it I'm doing and whether I'm actually at the con or not. If I'm just going to do the awards, then no big deal. I probably could cut it together faster, but if I'm not, you know how that goes. So that's it. I don't think anyone asked any questions. I got some highs. Hi to everybody. That's it. I'm out of here. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. There's nothing more for me. Thank you. Make sure to check it out tomorrow at 9 p.m. Before I go live, I'll come on here, do a quick live, talk about we're going to go live with the awards. I'll introduce you to D. But until then, go read a comic. And remember, we all rise together. And that means that we should all be kind to each other. Because as we rise up, we'll meet each other again. I'll see you all tomorrow at the end of